Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about vegetarian. Vegetarian. When everyone heard of this word, they might think, what's wrong with eating meat? Why should I become a vegetarian while everyone else is eating meat? Well, after today's presentation, I hope that you will know why you shouldn't eat meat. My family has been vegetarian for over 10 years, and I've read many articles about this topic, and I believe that everyone here wants a healthy body and want a long living earth, and by being vegetarian, you are able to achieve both. Being vegetarian is not only beneficial to your personal health, but also good for the environment. To start, let's talk about the health aspect first. Being a vegetarian is good for your health because it reduces the risk of you getting certain diseases or consuming chemical residues, and it allows you to live longer. Research shows that people with vegetarian diet are less likely to get heart disease, cancer, and obesity. In 2003, the American Dietetics Association did a research on vegetarian, and it shows that vegetarians are 50% less likely to get a heart disease, 14% lower in cholesterol level, and vegetarian has a 40% lower cancer rate than the normal cancer rate. Also, in England, the Oxford Vegetarian Study, which is a study on 4,000 men and women in England, shows that on average, vegetarian has a lower BMI for every age group and for both men and women. By being vegetarian, you have reduced the risk of getting those health problems. In addition, many meats are diseased and may contain chemical residue that is harmful to our body. For example, livestock may be infected by the mad cow disease, hoof and mouth disease, and the bird flu. Moreover, meat and fish may be contaminated by toxic materials such as heavy metals that cannot be removed either from cooking or freezing. Also, in the production of large quantity of meat, more than 20,000 drugs are being given to the livestock. Those drugs include antibiotics, steroids, and growth hormone. When we are consuming those meat, we are also consuming those drugs, and it will accumulate in our body. Lastly, vegetarian has a longer lifespan. An 11-year in Germany shows that on average, vegetarians' mortality was reduced by 1/2 compared to the general population. Also, various university research shows that on average, vegetarians live 7 years longer than meat eaters. Besides the advantage of vegetarian on personal health, it is also good for the environment. Being a vegetarian can benefit the earth in various ways. First, being vegetarian can reduce the rate of global warming. A research by Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States shows that 18% of the greenhouse gas emission from human beings is from livestock, and specifically, livestock accounts for 9% of the carbon dioxide emission, 40% of the methane emission, and 65% of nitrous oxide emission. And this emission comes from the meat production factories, transportation of meat, and also the waste of livestock. As you see, there are 40% of methane emission from livestock, and methane is a greenhouse gas that is 21 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. Thus, reducing the amount of methane emission is effective in controlling global warming. Moreover, being vegetarian can make more efficient use of the resources on Earth. According to the research, it takes 16 pounds of grain and soybean to produce 1 pound of beef, and producing animal protein requires 3 to 15 times more water than to produce plant protein. So by being vegetarian, you can conserve both food and water. Also, producing meat uses a lot of non-renewable energy, such as fossil fuel. It takes 78 calories of fossil fuel to produce 1 calorie of beef, 35 calories of fossil fuel to produce 1 calorie of pork, but only 1 calorie of fossil fuel to produce 1 calorie of soybean. Research shows that if everyone in the United States becomes a vegetarian, the fossil fuel usage will be reduced by 60%. Lastly, being vegetarian is environmental friendly because according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States, The livestock accounts for 64% of ammonia gas emission, and ammonia gas causes acid rain. So if we become vegetarian, we can reduce the amount of ammonia gas emission and thus reduce the effect of acid rain. In closing, being a vegetarian has many advantages. I have explained the benefit of being a vegetarian in the aspect of health and environment. What everyone else does doesn't mean that you have to do it too. If you want to have a healthy body, want to live longer, or you want to help the earth, why not try to become a vegetarian? After all, you can make a small change on yourself while making a big difference to the world. Thank you. Any questions?
You said your family's been vegetarian for 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that based on your culture, or is that a family choice?
No, just my family. There's nothing to do with culture.
Have you ever had a cheeseburger?
Huh?
You ever had a cheeseburger before?
Yeah.
Did you like it though?
Huh?
Did you like it?
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
There's vegetarian cheeseburgers too. There's vegetarian meat, so it's also very good.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Okay.
Thank you.